pick themselves up and dust off the dumpage of the baby bears. This one chart is showing us that there is a secret weapon of gigantic proportions ready to completely bust. And it's not Bitcoin. And does the DXY face a massive rejection right here? A rejection so big that it's bigger than the rejection that you feel every time you get left on red when you DM a girl on crypto Twitter. Like a true Bitcoin holder, the only woman that will ever love you is your grandma, and that's only because she has to. Let's get dumped on. I'm your host, Squirts McDink, and this is absolutely, it's just so big here. And so there's so many things I want to talk about. I'm not sure where I want to start off first. But right now, the stock market is continuing to hold on its 200-week moving average, as there are a lot of fears of two things here, Deutsche Bank and Credit Suisse. And, what impacts will they have over, especially even this week? Is there going to be a 2008 or worse similar situation? That's what a lot of people are fearful of. That's kind of the news that broke this weekend. And so far, let's talk about what Bitcoin has done. Bitcoin has done nothing. It has traded sideways, in fact, slightly up, and not set a lower low from this point. Is the sell pressure, majority of the sell pressure done for Bitcoin? That is kind of the question I think a lot of people are watching and waiting for. And before we look at any other chart, I want to take a look at this. So Ethereum, the very top altcoin, the highest market cap altcoin there is, right now, the momentum continues to swing to the upside. And on this 10-day chart for Ethereum, the MACD is about to have its first bullish cross since last year. Since right before Christmas of last year. We've seen the momentum shift over the last couple of weeks here for Ethereum. And Ethereum needs to be watched. We need to see what it's going to do here. But again, it is held, right now it's holding on its highs back of the last bull market. It has not set a lower low. Its low was down around $880. Currently, its low so far is only $1,200. So an entire $400 above its low, whereas Bitcoin is, it's sitting only about it went down to within $500 of its low. So Ethereum holding up a little bit stronger than Bitcoin. However, the point is both of these assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum, have yet to set lower lows. So that's good. And all of this as well, as the SPX is holding on its 200-week moving average so far. Will this hold? That's anyone's guess. However, one thing is for sure. If the DXY starts pulling back, just like it has multiple times this year, after it touches on this trend line here, okay? If we see it get a rejection and move down, like we have many times this year, down to about the 108 level, another 5% pullback for the DXY, that could mean, obviously, some resurgence in the SPX and the crypto market. But again, the bigger question is here. The DXY has been going parabolic for a very long time. When will that end? Will it end? Okay, it has been going straight up. It's been going straight vertical. And every time, I think this is the most interesting thing, every time that we touch on this trend line is by far the most interesting time for the DXY, in my opinion, because that is exactly when the DXY can face some sort of a rejection. These other markets can try to make moves when the DXY gets rejected. And ultimately, as it pulls back, as it looks for support, seeing where it finds support is extremely interesting as well. And take advantage of over $16,000 in trading bonuses below. And as well, if you sign up with my link to BitGet below, simply by putting in a email and password, and that's it, you will receive 10 free USDT. And that is as well for US traders, and it takes literally 20 seconds to sign up. This is big as well. Bitcoin worth $1 billion leaving centralized exchanges here. Centralized exchanges registered an outflow of more than 60,000 Bitcoin worth over $1 billion between Thursday and Saturday, according to this data tracked by South Korean-based analytics firm CryptoQuant. It's the highest amount of outflows in months, after months of lowering prices. And typically you see crypto leave exchanges when people aren't really planning on dumping it, right? That's typically what it means. It doesn't mean that that's guaranteed what it's going to represent. However, that's typically what that means. And they're typically taken to represent investor intention to hold coins for, so they even say that here. Exchange outflows are typically taken to represent investor intention to hold coins for long term. However, is max pain around the corner here? For Willy Woo, in Bitcoin's history, bear market bottoms were accompanied by at least 60% of the Bitcoin supply being traded at a loss. And so far, we haven't gotten there, but it is copying that trend, or it's looking that way, indicating that potentially max pain is still around the corner. Past cycles bottomed when approximately 60% of the coins traded below their purchase price. He's saying, will that happen again? He doesn't know, but the structure of this current market this time around is very different. And if we take a look here, you do see that the supply and loss of Bitcoin has been rising since the beginning of the year. As Bitcoin price as well, obviously, has been going down. And also, not all of these charts are identical. I typically only talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but as well, Matic, which I've been very honest and transparent about, one of my biggest positions as well, Matic here, has been holding much better than a lot of these coins. And in fact, this dip that we saw, which is represented across the board, where we saw this massive crash at the beginning, middle of June, Matic hasn't gotten anywhere close to retesting that. It was around 30 cents. Right now it sits at almost about 80 cents. Okay, in fact, it's up 4% today. And there's a fundamental reason for that. Matic has, a million positives about it, which is why I have such a high percent of my portfolio in Matic. For example, this was posted very recently, Polygon making big moves in Web3 with high-profile partnerships and VC profile. They have some of the most insane partnerships in crypto, among a million other things. But again, not all of these altcoins are doing the same thing. And what I think is really important, because I think it's what most people care about, is that if you play this market right in the bear market, there's a lot of money to be made. However, what history has shown us is that if you simply look at it, which type of investment will give you the most returns, Bitcoin does not give the highest returns. Okay, Bitcoin did about a 3x from its last all-time high in the last bear market, in the last bull market. It went from 20K high of 2017 to a $1,000 high in the next bull market 4 years later. So it made about a 3x. If you bought at 20K and sold at the top of the next bull market, you made about a 3x. So many coins, including Matic, did way more than that. Insane amounts more. So as I'm sure all of you know, if you're investing with a small amount or you expect to see really crazy returns on your investment, something like Bitcoin and even Ethereum are not the highest return plays. It's a risk to reward battle, right? The higher the risk, the higher the reward as well. But with Bitcoin, if you can't really expect, so Bitcoin topped out right about 70K. In the next bull run, what do you think it'll hit? 140, 200,000? If it hit 200,000, that's not even a 3x. And 200,000 is a massive price target that requires a massive amount of market cap, a massive market cap. So if you have a couple $1,000s that you're investing in crypto, it goes without saying that you're not going to become a billionaire or a millionaire even if you invest in Bitcoin and wait 5 years. Okay, if you invest $10,000 in Bitcoin right now and you wait 5 years, the chances of you becoming a millionaire are insanely low, because for that to happen, $10,000 would need to turn into $1 million naturally, which is much higher percent returns that you would need than Bitcoin has given you in the last 2 bull runs. Okay, so the point is, that's one of the reasons why a lot of people invest in smaller projects, because there's just simply much more room to grow. But ending on the DXY, I do believe that we're going to be seeing a retest over the next week or two of some of these lower levels. 110 at the highest. Okay, I think that we're at least going to probably see a 110 retest. And as well, guys, the most important thing is I think that these CPI readings we get every month are by far the most important thing dictating the entire market, not just crypto. But all it takes is one decent CPI reading and the switch will flip. People will become very, very bullish very fast. Next thing you know, you're going to be saying, oh, I wish I bought at these prices. Just like it happens every single time. I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen so many comments. I've seen so many people say it. People are fearful right now. Bitcoin is below 20,000 US dollars, and interest in Bitcoin is lower than ever. Yet, just a year ago, people were creaming at the thought of buying Bitcoin at 20,000. Okay, just exactly 1 year ago, Bitcoin. Let's take a look at what Bitcoin's price was 1 year ago. Bitcoin was at almost $50,000 and it went up to 69,000. Nice. And people were saying, man, I wish I bought in at these prices. Now look at us exactly a year later. We're down at these prices. We're below the all-time high of 2017 and nobody cares, right? That is why most people do not win in this market. It's that simple. Subscribe to the channel, make sure to receive absolute time-sensitive alerts, and as well, make sure to claim your free 10 USDT future trading bonus simply by signing up, putting in an email, creating a password, and signing up with the link below. Takes 30 seconds and you get 10 free USDT, in addition to $8,000 of deposit bonuses on BitGet and an additional 8,000 trading bonuses across BITGET and Femix as well. And without any further ado, it's free.